Um, Welcome to another episode of the Coconut Connection. I'm your host G and G Willikers.
Golly gee
Golly
willikers. There
gee.
you go. Hello. It's Jade. Still trying to find my way towards the light, people. Still trying to find my way. But here we are.
Here you are. And here we are. That's good. So I'm going to let's start off. Glad we're doing this because I miss having like episodes every week. So I'm glad we're here.
Yes.
Let's talk about let's do a quick low high. So let's
Okay.
start with the low.
You want to go first, G? Or you want me to go?
I'll go with my gut. My low this week was hearing news. You never want to hear news in the hospital, like the doctors, and especially well for yourself, but also for other people that you care about. And I think my go-to was like to worry. Like I'm like, oh my God, and I just want to cry, and it's not fair, and all these things. But for the person that I was supporting, like I have to say, like I thought about the other person to be like, you know what would you want to, how would you want somebody to support you if you were going through? So even though that was a low and it did, mess me up a little bit, I thought, at least that's growth that, it wasn't about just thinking about my feelings about it, even though that there's a time and place for that, but like to be there for the other person.
I'm so sorry that was your low. I hope
Mhm.
that everything turns out okay or is okay.
Yeah.
For me, I like we talk about all the time, but currently, I'm really painfully working through some deep, like emotional shit right now in therapy that of course I thought I was over, but it's, related to the whole emotional abandonment thing, telling you childhood traumas are real,
I think they're always going to
and
be there. Yeah, they're always going to be there. And
it's
hopefully we
frustrating
just have
though.
more tools to deal with it. But
Agreed.
I think that's what I figured out. Like, I think I wrongly thought, like, oh, I'm going to figure out how to deal with it. And then it's not going to hurt or affect me.
Mhm.
And then once I started accepting, like, no, it's part of my journey. Right.
Mhm.
And the best thing out of it could be growth and how to deal with it,
Yeah.
be more empathetic. Not just for other people that are in the same situation, but for yourself, which I think is a huge one. Like
Agreed.
taking your childhood self or your child self, right? Like
Mhm.
I'm doing that a lot, like visioning that a lot and trying to be a parent in that way to help heal that. Because I can only there could only be good comes from it. That's what I'm thinking. Like to really talk to that little self and
Mhm.
finally be that person that, almost like your higher self, to being there for that person spiritually. I'm
No,
hoping that
agreed.
that's part of the healing.
Agreed. But it's like doing
Mhm.
that shadow work or doing that work is draining, it is
Yeah, of
tiring and it
course.
takes a lot of your energy and like us, we have full-time jobs, you know what I mean? But we're getting there. We are getting there. We
Yeah.
have healed a lot of things in ourselves, but it was just interesting to think, to know that I guess it never ends. It never ends. It's constant. But you learn how to deal with it. You learn, but you
But deal
still,
with it in a
yeah.
healthy way because we've been
Yeah.
dealing with it.
Mhm.
Forgot to light this candle. I think that, for me, adding rituals to like, because when you do that kind of work, I think you're opening up a channel, right? You're opening up
Mhm.
into the past. And then, it's kind of like, we talked about this, like the past, present, and future is happening all at once, right? So it's like somehow, you know, protect yourself and then do some kind of ritual. Like I like either like incense or like drink water when I go through like those kind of feelings and stuff. Like if I'm like at a coaching session or a therapy session, I'm like, I got to do something to help close it because you can't be open like
Yes.
that. It's too hard.
It is.
And it's like acknowledge that you were thinking about somebody or something, and like you need to, that was for right then, but now as the present, and I have to not keep living in the past. That's kind of hard.
I like that suggestion, and I think I have to work that in, because I think what I learned recently is the way that I deal or don't deal with
Yeah.
some of the trauma is I go to a place, like I
Yeah.
disconnect and I fantasize and
Yeah. It's
I
just
escape into somewhere, and I'm not facing the thing that I'm supposed to face because it's just too painful. So I just want to live in this fantasy, happy place. And
mm,
I didn't realize I was doing that, but now that I realize it's working through that balance of, okay, there's a time and place for that escapism,
right.
and
Yeah.
but now's the time to head on face the issues that are big and that are real. So I'm going to look for something to close that
To close
channel.
that channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because with me, I'm the opposite. I'll ruminate about it. It's like, even though you keep on going over and over and over, and like nothing's gonna change. But I guess what the reason why I keep ruminating over it is like, could I look at it differently? But no, it's the same thing. It's happened, right? It's like, so that's where my mind kind of just like goes
Interesting.
around and around in a videotape. And it's like, I
Yeah.
need to like cut it off because it's not helping me right now. Like there's a reason why we activated it, but for that moment, like now it's not helpful anymore. Like
Yeah.
you have to be in the present. So, grounding, I need grounding. So whatever that is, like for me, I'm trying to, like, I always like, oh, sometimes if I light a candle, I'll blow it out. That'll be like,
Yeah.
that's it. Or if I didn't light a candle, I'll light a candle and like try to clear the air.
I like that.
But I do definitely like drink water. I'm like,
Okay.
okay, drinking water is definitely
Calms that fire energy.
yeah, it's just like, okay, cleansing yourself, clearing yourself. It's very like back to nature, and
Yeah.
it's another grounding technique. And it's like, um, you know, something like that where it's gonna bring you back to now because
Mhm.
you just did a whole bunch of work about your past. It's like it's draining. Yeah, it's really draining.
Good ideas, G. Thank you.
Um, I was gonna say your our high. Okay, so high. I would say the high that I had, I think, was our episode on cultural appropriation. I think that was definitely like a great conversation to have, and a very productive one, because it wasn't like an argument, like it was just
No,
kind of
I was
a
so
really open
informed.
conversation.
Was like
I'm like,
he
he's gonna be a
was.
great teacher.
Yeah, I mean, he was so knowledge and just so kind about like the
Yes,
way that he
about it.
presented, the facts, and it just really, it was so gentle. Like it was gentle, and it helped me like really see like things that I didn't see before. I mean, yeah, a little more clearly, to see it a little more clearly. So I do
I'm
thank
glad.
him for that, because that
I'm glad,
was
because I felt
really
the same way too.
informative.
Because I was like, well, we're gonna get schooled. Like, you know, everything was wrong.
We in fact did not know. Well, for me,
As I said, I was like, I told her, I'm not playing. Like, you're gonna be the teacher in this one. And I'm like gonna sit back and like, check for understanding, right? That's what teachers do. Check if we understood it.
he was
And that was
great.
a great quiz at the end, because I was like, oh God, this feels hard too. I don't know.
You're like, this is what I do to my kids. No, I was kidding.
I'm like, I'm not trying to trick you, but I'm like, I feel like you're tricking me.
But it was good. He was really, really great. For me, at this moment, there's not really a particular high, but I did find one. My childhood friend is coming to visit from Tennessee, so
Okay.
I'm looking forward to seeing her a
Nice.
few days. So that is a high. I'm
That's
gonna run with that. I'm running with that.
No, that's good. Always connecting with people. Like I was like, oh, I'm meant to do that because, I'll get, if I pull tarot or like get messages, I'm like, it always like celebrate, like
Celebrate.
celebrate you. Like don't wait until something big. Like just be with people. And I always like be with people that remind you of who you are in the positive way, Because then sometimes you get so down on yourself and it's like you get lost in that all the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, what I want to be, what I'm striving to be. And it's like, then you have your friends are like, you're like fine the way you are, you know?
Maybe that's a problem. I haven't been around people who really like lift me up and be like, Jade, this is how you are, damn it.
I know. I'm not like, I want to say all the things that we don't know. I don't know things. I don't know things. I'm not Tyrion or whatever what his name is. I don't know things. Oh my gosh.
I drink, but I don't know things.
Yeah, I drink, but I don't know a lot of things. That's on a t-shirt. Okay, so that's good. So we have things to look forward to. And like, if you didn't check out that episode, please check it out on YouTube or at our podcast. All right. So today I thought it would be fun, and I don't know what inspired this, but talk about things that are coming back. And so reminiscing, this is like a throwback that's making a comeback, and see if we're really paying attention to what's going on. So
are you kidding? I've been under a rock, girl.
I know. So let's see what she said. Because so
I've been under a rock.
Pre-COVID, I think things are pretty much back to normal.
It feels like
it. It feels like it.
It feels weird though, right? Wearing the mask still. Like I think me and the kids still wear our masks when we're out, and I think I don't see as many people wearing the mask. So that's a little weird, but it is nice to feel like it's kind of back to normal, except for the high prices of stuff and nothing being in stock and everything being
that is not pre-COVID.
No, that is not at all.
Everything's more expensive. We're listening to this 20 years from now. Everything was expensive.
Yeah.
Eggs. Don't you wish you had your chicken coop now?
Yes. I'm like, I wish I had the friggin' golden geese, like the golden chicken.
God, you would. Oh my God, you'd be like, I had to like put like cameras on the back and people trying to steal my chicken.
I swear.
There were people that were smuggling like things across the border.
No,
they had eggs that they were smuggling. They went to Mexico to get eggs and then try to smuggle it past.
Are you serious?
I see what you have in your pocket right there. It's like, really, people? Really? Can't we just find something else to eat? Like, we have to smuggle it like drugs?
Oh my gosh, seriously.
So
what else is there that's missing?
Well, yeah, everything seems normal, like traffic.
Yeah.
Although when it rains, sometimes like, because it's been raining a lot in LA. Sometimes it'll be like, whoa, people stayed home because it's raining. Like that's kind of cool sometimes, because it's like, whoa, there's no like traffic is flowing.
Yeah,
but people still drive crazy in rain. So
people still are actually, and you know what? People still drive like it's COVID. I mean, they're 100 miles an hour, no matter where they are.
Do that. Where they are. It's like, oh my God. Don't you like care about your life or in other people's lives? No, I guess not. Let's see what else. The masking. I still see it's not as much the vaccination drive. But like now I notice that there's like rap, like there's like catchy jingles about get vaccinated.
I have
and it's all like people that look like they're diabetic or overweight and old. I'm like, are you trying to talk to me? Are you trying to talk to me?
I'm their target audience.
I'm the target now. I'm like, shit. Oh my God, the shingles. When they talk about the shingles.
Oh my God.
I feel like they're talking to me.
Girl, but we are in that age because we can't. It's like you have to get that shot when you turn 50, right? And then I knew people that got it, like 2 people. And it's horrible.
It's horrible. My dad had it and it was horrible. Like
weeks.
It's basically chickenpox, but like on the 100th level, like
on your nerves. It's like chickenpox of your nerves, because that's where the shingles.
They're like, even if you like had chickenpox, if you get it now, it's called shingles, and if you're over 50, it's called shingles because it's more severe. And I'm like,
when my friend told me what she was going through, I'm like, because she was too late to get the shot.
Oh my God.
weeks, like 6 to 8 weeks. I'm like, I would never. She
No.
couldn't move. She couldn't sleep. She
Yeah,
couldn't.
they say it's so painful. It's the most one of the most painful stuff that you could go through. And it's like irritating, it's hot, it's red, it's angry. It's like, so yeah, like, oh Lord, they're talking to me. They're talking to me. When am I gonna get the
That's
single
me
shot?
now. That's me now.
um yeah, because nobody ever talks about, well, pre-COVID, like obviously, we weren't talking about COVID, but like the beginnings of COVID, right? We're like looking at numbers and
hmm
there's no numbers. Like you got to just seek it out.
Tons of lines. I mean, there's still some people still kind of distance themselves. I know that my kids, oh, well, my daughter's always like pulling me back because I'm too close to the person in front of me or whatever. And I'm like,
Mm,
I'm masked. It's fine. It's fine. If they don't want to
yeah,
be
I
masked, they don't
know.
care. They don't care how close I am if they're not
Yeah.
masked. But
Yeah, I know. I'm like, like, I'm just like, I enjoy having like my lipstick on
yes, oh, lipstick. I do.
and it's like, so like half of my kids wear masks and half of us don't. And I don't know. I mean, it's like, they had a funny SNL like commercial about how like, COVID is like the only way you can get like vacation from your family. And then
Isn't
they
that
had
the
like,
truth?
they said you can buy a COVID test that will always say positive. If you
Oh my gosh. I wouldn't doubt if that comes out. I swear,
I was like thinking in my head, like, this is the reason. I'm like, come on, I need a break. I need a break. Come at me. Come at me. So, but I leave the doors open and everything, but like,
Yeah,
I'm just not as cautious as I used to be. I'm just tired. I'm really tired. Like 2 years
agreed.
of wearing a mask and teaching. It's like, I want to be free,
Agreed.
but I know it's putting myself at risk.
Yeah.
So that's
But
not
don't
good.
feel bad, girl. I still like in certain places in my office, I will take it off. Like, and I walk around without it. It's only
Yeah.
like if I'm in a big crowd, if we go to
Yeah.
out like with people I don't know, like I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I'll wear it. But it's pointless considering my husband does not wear a mask and
Yeah. Well, yeah.
he'll bring home whatever. So what's
He
the
doesn't
point
think
of
you'll get
me
anything.
fucking masking if he's
Yeah.
gonna bring it home?
Yeah. Like if I come home with a cold, like it's because I got it at work. Like, I think I had food poisoning and I was like dying. I thought I was dying. And he's like, oh, it's because this is the first time I've ever gotten sick in like 3 years. I'm
Poor
like, and I'm
thing.
like shivering and all that stuff. And I was like, oh my God, that was just like, I just ate something bad, I think, because like
Oh,
after I got rid of it out of my system, I was perfectly fine. I was like, okay, it wasn't, I even took a COVID test just to make sure and it wasn't, but it also made me vulnerable to get a cold. So, and I got a cold.
yes.
So like,
Our immune system is shit right now. Like,
yeah. So, but it was just interesting that when I got COVID, it was like absolutely zero symptoms. Like, I'm glad somebody told me that I had it because I wouldn't have
yeah.
known. I would have kept on just living my life. All right. So let's talk about fashion. Do you notice anything making a comeback for fashion?
You know, I know that a lot of okay, I know skinny jeans are out
Mm-hmm.
and they're all into that bell bottomy, like, or flared jeans. Flared jeans are like a big
Oh,
thing
okay.
right now.
Yeah.
Um, and that's the trend. And you see it a lot also on TikTok where they're like, you don't wear jeans like this, where it's the fitting jean and the loose top.
Mhm.
Now it's the top that's more fitted, tucked in your pants, and then
The
your
bottom's
pants
looser.
are looser, or like those wide leg trouser
Okay.
sort of things. But other than that, like, yeah, I'm not a big fashion person and I'm not trendy at all by any means. But that's probably the biggest one that I've seen. What about you? What have you
So
seen?
like I follow a lot of artists, younger artists
Um,
on like YouTube and Instagram. And I see both like, yeah, they have outfits of the day,
oh, see, I miss
cute
all that.
cute little things. But I think, but out in the world, like I see teenagers walk past me I think it's like mismatched is a thing. like you don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like there's no style. It's just, so I see both. Like I see maybe I don't know, there's kids that are just like, oh, they have the vintage throwback
Yeah.
t-shirt. And then it looks like there's no effort to it, but it is effort because they all match, right?
Yes.
And there's the kids that I see in my neighborhood where I work, it's just jeans, t-shirt, and a sweatshirt. Like it's like
Do you
it's
think that's
not a thing.
California too? Like, because
Could
when you see
be.
people in Asian country, like, Korea or Japan or China, like they're always on point. I don't know how, like they
True
always
that.
freaking, or New York, they're always freaking fashion
Yeah.
forward. But it
Yeah.
also, yeah, here in California, they're very laid back. I don't see a lot of trend
Yeah,
setters
it's more like
here.
comfort over fashion. Like,
Yes,
can I
thank
just
you.
throw
Yeah,
it on and layer it and like that's it and go?
exactly.
So I think, if I'm like comparing it to like say our day, like we grew up in like the 80s and 90s where I think there was a lot of dressing up for sure. And like definite, I feel like that it was definite trends. And
Yes,
I think nowadays it's more like a mismatch.
it is. It's whatever goes, whatever
It's whatever
goes.
goes. I have a friend who her son is very into fashion, like, but a lot of the things that he's in fashion, it's like throwbacks, like bucket hats.
Yes, bucket
Bucket hats
hats.
was a
That's
thing
been,
in the
yeah.
90s because I know I used to have them. Vintage shirts that look vintage, or maybe they're not,
Yes.
right? Like I see them like, where'd you get that freaking Van Halen shirt? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Do you even know who they are?
I know exactly.
It's vintage. It's vintage.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I noticed. There's like two things, like you said. It depends like what area you live in, I
Yes.
guess. Like, but I don't see any of those kids having nothing specific. Like back in the day, right? It was
Yeah.
like, what did we call it? There was grunge, and there was it called emo then? It wasn't called emo then. It was
I think it was not.
gothic.
Oh,
Goth.
goth. Yeah,
Remember
goth.
goth?
Goth alternative. Like,
It was these two girls. Again, I'm not trying to be mean girl at all, but there was these girls. And my God, and my school were goth, but they like literally I felt like they floated because I felt like they were like ghosts. Like, they were just like black, white face, blonde hair.
yeah.
Like what? And I was like, whoa, that to me was goth, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, and goth is a thing, right? Because I think people who are truly goth, I have heard this on TikTok where they're like, it's not just wearing black, it's a whole like
Yeah.
thing.
Oh
And
yeah. It's a
I
whole
can't even get into it because I don't know and I don't care. But
it's like I know exactly. I'm too old for that. It's like it's
so-
an attitude. It's a whole attitude and the way you
attitude, yes.
view the world, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about music. Um, I
You would
say,
probably see more for you because you listen to music a lot.
but I only listen to certain things, and like now I'm just all about my playlist of
Yes.
um. So I would say the weekend music totally sounds 80s to me.
Yes.
It's like it's
That
very
is,
synthesizer. Dun, dun,
yes.
dun,
Feels
dun,
like it's
dun, dun,
making
dun, dun.
its way back into music right now.
Mm,
But still, like me and my kids always say, or me and my daughter, you'll never, like, there will never be nothing like the R&B, like of back in the day, the
mm.
90s, 2000s, like all that. Like, and I think I wish people would make music like that, or even later than that, like just love songs and all those things, like soulful song. Well, I can't say that because there are actually some really great young uns, females coming up, and men that sing like these beautiful, like, wow, like
Mm,
these, like Wicked
yeah.
Games, and like,
Yeah, I'm
I
like,
want you around.
do they even do slow dancing like at dances or parties
No, I
anymore?
don't think they
Like
do.
remember we'd always wait till like the slow dancing,
Yes. Oh my God.
close it out, and it's like you're like Molly Ringwald trying to get that
Yeah.
one last dance.
Yes, my coworkers are clowning on me because we were at the Christmas party, and I was like, I want to hear The Weeknd's "Die for You," and they're like, "Who
Hmm.
dances to slow song?" And I'm like, but I gotta have my moment. I gotta have my look at the stars. And like,
Yes.
oh,
Yeah. I think, yeah, I don't know if they have that. That's I'm like, it's so interesting how they have, a throwback to 80s, but it's just like a style, like a synthesizer style. I was watching SNL last night and it was the 1975 and they were singing a song called Caroline. And I was like, oh my God, this sounds so 80s. I mean, the guys look like my age too. They're called the 1975. I'm like,
Yeah.
are they like young trying to be old? And because their sound sounds old to me.
Interesting. I've never heard of that band.
I know I didn't. I was like, okay. Like I looked it up on Shazam and Spotify. I'm like, okay, okay, all right, okay. So then, so one of my students, he keeps on saying, Miss, you have to like listen to Melanie Martinez because we have a playlist at school, which I said has to be appropriate for school
Yeah.
and can't have curse words, not just curse words, but content. Because you can have no
Yeah.
curse words and it'd be very racy. I was trying to explain to the 10-year-olds because they're like, it doesn't have an E. It's fine. Or it doesn't have any curse words. I'm like, it probably, especially if it's in Spanish. I'm like, it probably has something inappropriate in it. You know? If it's a E and there's no curse words. So anyway, Melanie Martinez, he goes, well, she does have some kind of like she talks about death and she talks about killing people and she tells
Yes.
about. So I go, I'm gonna listen to it at home, and then he's like, and it has curse words in it. And well, I go, I'm
Wow.
not against curse words. I'm
Yeah.
not against it. I just can't play it at school. So I finally went on YouTube, and she has a whole
Yes.
one and
She's
a
a whole
half
bit.
hour.
Yeah.
I didn't get that far because it was creeping me out, and I was like, but I get it because I was like, oh, so the next morning I was like, hey, I heard I checked out Melanie Martinez. She's cool. Like I like sketchy. She kind of reminds me like of Lady Gaga. And he was like, yeah. And I'm not even kidding. I'm not even exaggerating. He was like, yes. And, and then I said, or Madonna. And he goes, okay, Madonna. Okay, Madonna. I can rock with Madonna. I was like, well, but Lady Gaga bit off Madonna. So
yeah, exactly. Like Lady Gaga
don't even talk about Lady Gaga. I was like, okay.
In her own right. She's a, but we're, I think, at that age where we like the music we like. We're going to listen to it on repeat. And even, it's funny, my daughter at the food bank, they play playlists. And like you, they can't have curse words, the whole thing, right? So, it's funny because she goes, these people are making me hate the 80s. I'm sorry. But all they want to hear is like the 80s and they're dancing. They're like, woo, yeah.
I know some of that music is so poppy and jumpy, like that's why people have such good memories of
yes
the 80s pop. And that's I'm just like, our parents are probably thinking like, why are they dressed like that? Like
yeah.
Boy George and Madonna, so what's cool is like two of my favorite R&B groups in the 90s. It has a show. So of course I'm all over that. SWV and Escape.
Oh, I heard that.
So much drama, but I love it because I watched them on Versus, and I remember it was during COVID time. Everybody was staying home, and I put on Versus, and it's one of those feelings like you got to stand up and you got to sing the songs. And I'm like, people are probably thinking she's crazy. Why is she crying? I get so weak. Yeah.
A fave of me and my daughter scream it all the time.
I'm glad they came back. And so that brings me to like I have it on my list too, 90s R&B. It's like but the good thing about, because we're gonna go to a concert which I'm so freaking pumped up for. We're gonna see New Edition. We're gonna see Pete Sweat.
Hank.
And we're gonna see
Guy.
We're gonna see Guy. Yes. Oh my God, it's gonna be
Tank.
so
yeah.
It's gonna be so good. And the best thing about concerts with people of our age, there's no drama. Like there is no people are up there standing up. They're all like middle-aged.
They're dancing.
People.
They're all dancing.
They just want to low stress, low key. Like
my daughter jokes she's gonna be the youngest one there. Everybody else is gonna be us.
Yeah, exactly. It's I'm looking forward to that. Like so those are coming back. Our people are coming back, so that's gonna be cool.
Yeah, Janet's playing at the Yamava.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could see her. She's playing all her hits. I'm like, oh
yeah. Okay, so we've come to the portion. Hold on one second. Let me look at my list here.
Slang, I think, is next, right?
I think I'm gonna save that. So
Okay.
let's do
Okay.
call of action.
Okay. Well, what do you think of this episode? What do we need to add to our list? What do you want G and I to talk story about? Leave us a message or comment on our social media. If you listen to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please rate us so we can receive more visibility and grow our audience. We'd love to hear from you. You can leave us a voice message on the Anchor app. You can also leave a comment on our social media pages like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Search for the Coconut Connection. Our handles are in the show's notes. Or email us at coconutconnection2@gmail.com.
Okay. So I thought this would be fun because since you are up on things with the TikTok
Uh-oh.
and
I'm feeling the pressure.
you're the
Sweat.
wordsmith.
Beads of sweat. Beads of sweat are starting.
I'm gonna see some of this is actually I was actually impressed that I kind of knew these slang terms. So
Oh,
out in the back.
fail.
Out in the
Fail.
back.
I'm gonna fail.
I know this because they do all this stuff on the TikToks. And so I thought, okay, let me see if
You just want to, you know what? I realized you just want to embarrass me. That's what part. This whole thing is. Let's see how much we can humiliate
I'm
Jade
telling
in
you,
front of a
you
live audience.
probably know this because I was surprised at how much I knew. I was like, why are they doing? I'm like, oh,
Gee,
so
you are hip. But you
no,
are
no, no.
hip.
I think
Okay.
these are like articles for people that are not from America because it was just like American slang, and they're like,
Oh,
oh, okay. So these are like not as like what's called obscure. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to tell you a word or a phrase, and you're going to tell me what it means.
No, I can't even do that with regular English words.
Or you can give me an example of how you would
I'm
use it.
flying off the seat of my pants. Okay.
Okay.
I'll give you an example. Okay.
All right. Okay, let's start off. It's giving.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
one.
right?
That one
Right?
is very They use it for the Shawn Mendes one where he's like going into the phone. It's like it's giving because he does that. So it's giving. Yes, it's the one they use for Shawn Mendes when he's like it's giving because there's a rumor that he's not
Mhm.
straight, but then
Mhm.
so yes, it's giving. Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes you could just say it's giving like by
Yeah,
itself.
it's like it's giving
It's giving me
life.
life.
Like it's
It's
giving
giving
life.
me
Yeah, yeah.
you can just say it like that and not say anything at the end
You
because
don't have to say anything
just
at
a
the end.
compliment. Yeah.
Yes. But
It's
can I just say, people, okay, I'm gonna say this is coming from old people. So my daughter always laughs at me when I try to explain what I think something is. So you're gonna laugh because I'm gonna butcher it. So there you go.
okay. Okay, so this one, like some of these are no-brainers though, even if you didn't hear. Okay, so era. Somebody says they're in their villain era. What does that mean?
Oh, okay. This is like the time when it's your moment, like your
Yes,
era. This is your
phase.
time. Yes.
Yeah.
Your face.
I hear some like I guess they're
Moment.
millennials, like because I watch too many artists. They're all like the same, it seems like, but she said something, and I'm like, oh yeah, I heard her say something like, oh, I guess I'm in my rabbit era or something. Like everything she likes is all bunnies. I'm in my rabbit era or I'm in my bunny era. It's like, okay.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
tell I'm in my villain era right now because
And your villain era?
I am
I'm
in my villain. I've been in my
era.
villain era. Yeah, right.
Okay. This is the acronym. IYKYK.
Hold on.
Yeah, write it down. You'll know what it is.
IYKYK.
IYKYK.
God, that one
Probably seen as a hashtag.
I want to. It's not this because I've actually never heard this. IYAYK. I thought it was something like if you know, then you know. But if
you know, you know.
Oh, it is that.
Yeah, that's a hashtag. IKYKY means if you know, you know.
Oh, okay, so yeah, I was like, if you know, you know. Okay.
See, you're gonna get it. Okay. I'm telling you,
Epic
I was like,
fail.
I was impressed that I knew these things. I guess because I just watched too many reality shows.
There you go.
Fell
See,
off, fell off,
fell off.
fell off.
Well, I know, like you fell off the face of the earth, like fell off, or
I'll use
is
it
it
in a
something else?
sentence.
Okay.
So Wendy Williams kind of fell off.
Okay, so yeah, that's kind of like you. I'm assuming it's like you fell off like the face of the earth, or you fell off like of being relevant, that you're not
Yeah,
relevant
you're not
anymore.
killing it. You're not
Yeah,
killing it
yeah.
as much
Okay,
as you.
not killing it. Okay, relevant.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Gatekeep.
Yes, that one we know, because that one is, when people don't want to share like
Mhm.
where they got something or what it is, because they don't want people to buy it.
Yes, that's right. Like if you have like the best boba place and you don't want
Yes.
anybody to know, you gatekeep and you don't tell people where
Or
it is.
perfume. What's your perfume? So that
Yeah,
everybody goes to
I
buy
don't know.
it.
Yeah, the gatekeep. Yeah. I was like, a situationship.
Oh, see, I know this one very well because Jade like loves to get into situationships. So we can
So you
just
know
leave it
that.
at
That's like, some
that.
of these I'm like, is that like I guess that's just a new way to say it,
That's like
but
an
we've been doing it.
entanglement. That's an entanglement and a
Yeah, I'm surprised
situation.
entanglement's on here. Okay.
Situationship.
Yeah, what's a situationship?
So
Explain.
yes, it's situationship is like not like a husband relationship or like a committed relationship. It's a messy
Yeah, it's not
relationship.
even like it's not even like like a girlfriend boyfriend.
Yeah, there's no name to it. It's like no name. It's just like it could
It's
be
just a
like
It's a
friends with Benny's.
situation.
Friends with Benny's. Maybe that's what it's now called, is situationship.
Mm-hmm. Um. Okay, Gucci.
That one's an older one. That one
Mhm.
is like it's all good. Like it was good.
Yeah, it's good. I don't use it, but I love it because it's like I just think of Gucci and G. I was like, I should say that more, but then it would sound like so bad coming from me. Like I'm
I
like,
think of
you're
Gucci Mane. That's why I think of Gucci Mane when I hear that
yeah. When
word.
something's Gucci, that means it's good. It's all good.
Yeah,
It's
all
great.
good.
So like a lot of these, I'm like, why do they write it like this? I'm like, oh, because if you're going to America, you need to know,
Well, Gucci's
some
old.
of
I don't think they use it. It changes so
I
often
still
now.
hear
Like I
it.
can't
No,
keep
I
up.
still hear
Oh,
it.
really?
Mhm.
I
The
never hear.
people that I listen to, they still use Gucci. Not everybody uses it, but my students don't even use it. Okay. So then I was like, okay, I want to look at other things, like not from outside of the country, what they think is. So Riz.
Oh my God, I just used I love that word, but
Mhm.
my kids roll their eyes because they say the Rizzler, the Wizard of Oz. So it's yeah, that's the thing. And I'm like, well, I got Riz, and they just roll their eyes at me, and they're like, Mom, never use that word ever again. But it's
Mhm.
charisma. It's charisma, but it's
Yes.
more than that. It's somebody who has game that doesn't really have to try so hard. Like they can just get somebody's number or get it without trying. Like it's just natural. Riz. That's
Look at you. Look at
no.
you. See? You,
It's
you
only 'cause
always
the kids.
disclaim.
It's the
You
kids.
always disclaim. I'm like, oh, she does this. She does this disclaimer, and then she like knocks it out of the park.
No, I don't.
Okay. Menti B.
Menti B.
Yeah, Menti, Menty B.
That's I have never heard that. Using
I've
a
never
sentence.
heard of it either.
I've
That's why I was like,
never heard of that.
they said it's popular on TikTok, where it is
Menti.
commonly used to refer to stressful situations or moments in which TikTokers are feeling overwhelmed by life. Wow, that's
I've never heard that.
Menti
Menti
B, like
B.
your mental breakdown, like a mental breakdown.
Okay, okay, I could see that because I was
shortening
thinking
it instead of saying I'm having a mental breakdown, there's a Menti
Menti
B.
B. Okay, that makes sense, but I have to be honest, I have not heard that on TikTok
I've
yet.
never heard that.
Okay, so see, we're not alone there. There, yay! That was one I
Okay,
didn't
touch grass.
Oh my gosh, my daughter uses this a lot.
I don't like that one. That's like
I know. It's kind of reminds me of the thing about nature's healing itself kind of thing, like after returning to nature. But yeah, it's like grounding yourself, returning to nature, sort of like
Yeah, go outside. That's
yeah,
it. Why don't you just
touch
say go
grass.
outside and spend time with nature? That's touch grass.
Yeah, be with nature.
Yeah.
Be warm.
I was trying to think, what's the other one that's kind of that I'm kind of not vibing with is I love that for you.
Oh,
I don't like when
that's
I don't know what it is. It sounds nice, but I'm like, I don't like when people say that to me. Like
it doesn't sound
that's good for
genuine,
you.
huh?
Good for you. Good for
I
you.
love,
Like,
yeah, the way
you know what I mean?
it's
Like
the way they say it. It's
it's the
because
way
like,
they
I love that
say
for
it.
you. I love that for you.
I love that for you. You know what I mean? That's what it sounds like. It
I
sounds
love
like
that for
so
you.
disingenuous. Like, really? You do?
And
Like,
it, you know
basically,
what?
I don't give a shit,
It depends
but
on who
that's good for
says it,
you.
right? Like, I think it like I my daughter says that to me funnily, like every now and again.
I love
But
that for you.
yeah, I love that for you. Like, and she is being sarcastic, but she also means it. So yeah,
I hear people that are saying it like genuinely, but I still don't genuinely. That's not even a word.
we're making up our own words. Hey, we can make up our own
Genuinely.
words too. Genuinely, okay.
And I know it comes from a good place, but I just feel it's such a cop out. Like, just instead of just saying like,
I love that.
I like, I'm so happy that that's happening for
Yes.
you. Or it's like, I love that for you. Like, you
Look at the way
really
we're
love
saying
it.
it. Look at the way we're saying it, though. We're saying it like a white girl. I love that for you.
It just sounds like that. Like, don't say that, please. Don't. You don't love that for me, okay? You're not.
Oh, I was gonna say, I love that
I love that.
for you.
That's even worse. I love that for you. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this one comes from 2023 teen slang meanings every parent should know.
Uh-oh. Okay, here we
Okay,
go.
so okay, it was up to I was like, how did they write it in 2021? They said this is 2023. Are we in the multiverse?
We are actually, wait, okay, tangent. Okay, because can I say Jonathan Majors? Can I just say that you said multiverse, I thought Kang, and then I thought Jonathan Majors.
I was like telling John, I'm like,
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
remember him being this big.
I know. I'm like, he looks fucking amazing. I'm sorry.
I told Johnny, I'm like, this is a great date night movie.
The plot was really good, right? The plot.
Everybody's shirtless. Oh my God. Yeah. I tell everybody I know to go watch that movie because it's giving.
Oh, it's giving. It's giving. I can't tell you what it's giving, but it's giving.
It's giving.
If you know, you know. Oh, okay, sorry. I didn't mean to go on that tangent, but
yeah, no, I agree.
Oh, tell you that, man.
Got sweaty.
I know. I forgot where I was. Where am I now? Wait, I just woke up.
So you have teenagers. So you should know this, but you do know this. Okay.
Maybe.
So there's a lot of them. So I'm just going to pick out the ones that are not that common. Let's see.
Just make it hard. That's fine.
Let's see. Yeah, some of these are old, like Bay. We know what Bay is.
No, we know Bay's old.
Basic. We know what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really hear that much, but I could hear in songs bih, B-I-H, bih.
Bih. Huh. Is that like bitch?
Yeah.
Okay, because I never heard bih. I never heard bih. I heard bish, like bish.
Bish. I've heard bish. I don't like bih. Like I'm like, come on.
Bih.
Come on. We know bruh.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah, the boys like that one. Bruh.
But I say it to anybody, like just to get on like my students' nerves. But they laugh every single time. So I'm like, it's like if I have to repeat something over and over again to the same person, I'm like, bruh. And they're like, like, do you do that? Not even a word. It's not even a whole word. But
do you like do that meme or that thing where you hit them and you're like, excuse me, brah. Like you're excused. I'm not your brah. Bruh. Yes.
This one always makes me laugh when I hear it from the kids. Bussin'.
Bussin'. Okay.
Bussin'.
Bussin'.
These tacos are bussin'.
You know, do my kids say that? I don't. But what does bussin' mean? They're like,
It just means that it's good. It's awesome.
okay,
But
it's good. Bussin'.
it's usually towards food. So the kids will always say to me like, whatever, that was bussin', like, like whatever they're eating for lunch, or the chips that we have at a
Yeah.
party, like they're like bussin'. Like, but it's the way they say it. It's like it's not that cool, but I guess it's because it's food. They're like, it's bussin'.
Yeah, I rarely hear that. I rarely hear that one. That one
Yeah.
I don't hear. But then they don't talk to me in slang. So
yeah. Why would they? Why would they?
Exactly.
We're like,
I think I'm
we don't
uncool
want to
already.
encourage her.
That's
We don't wanna
right.
encourage her.
Exactly. Stay in your lane, mom. Stay in your lane. Okay. And that's
Exactly.
the 50 or older lane over there.
Okay. Cap or cap.
Oh, I hear that all the
Right?
time.
Doesn't hear
Cap,
it a
no
lot?
cap, cap, no cap,
Cap. That's cap.
no cap.
No cap and cap. That's
That's
cap.
a lie.
Cap.
Lie. Yeah.
That's
cap
lie.
or no cap,
Mhm.
no lie.
Yeah. Let's see. Drip.
Drip is like, yeah, I've heard that one. Drip is like what you're wearing, like your drip, like what you're wearing, kind of like your fashion or your
Yes.
yeah, drip.
That was so funny because like I went to school and I have this like lilac or lavender hoodie, and it was brand new, but I was like, when am I gonna wear
Ooh.
it? It's never cold in LA this much, right? And I happened to have, because it was on sale, like matching lilac shades.
Ooh.
I went to school like that, and the kids were like, drip.
So cute. Oh, that's cute.
Like, drip. They're like, you look like a gamer, miss. I'm like, oh God.
So cute.
I don't know. I told, I'm gonna take that as a compliment.
It is a compliment.
Because some people my age are like, so you're matching. That's what they say.
I love it.
Your shades match your hoodie. I'm like, yeah. And that's it.
That is cute.
But
that's
the little ones
cute.
are like, drip. I'm like, see, I'm cool. Okay. Let's see. Some of these are obvious, like Ghosted, Gucci. It's different.
Hits different. Yeah, I've heard that one. I've heard that one. It's just, yeah, I wonder though if they mean it in a good way or a bad way. Because when I say something, if I were to say hits different, I don't know if I'd say it like, it's not as good, or it's just different. But what is their official?
When something is better than it normally is because of different circumstances.
Okay, so it's better. So you say
it's
it
better. But I've heard it
okay.
the other way too. I've heard
Right?
it like it's different when they say it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, I love that for you. It hits different when somebody else says it. Yeah. It hits different depending who says it to you. Okay, let's do a couple more and that's it. Let's see. Guys, see, we know things.
Yeah, because you work with kids and then I have kids, like
and then I watch too many reality shows. That's
there
what
you
John
go.
says. This one's not. Oh, okay, this thing's different. Okay, simp.
Oh, that one I do know because that was a big, like probably like last year, but simp, yeah, and this is the symbol, right, for simp, like when you're doing like, so it is when a guy or a girl, I usually hear it for a guy, when they're like just weak for a girl, or like they're like a P almost, like they're just kind of like they do whatever, they're not like manly, they're like bleep, they act like weak and stuff because they're in love or whatever,
Yeah, they trying very hard, like for their crush. Yeah,
like kind of like Drake with Rihanna. That's a simp.
That was a simp move.
Major simp. He totally lost points with his whole
God, it was like embarrassing.
Begging her.
You embarrassed me, and I'm not even in that situation. I feel embarrassed. Yeah, it's funny because simp, we used to use simp back in the 90s.
Oh,
But it was just like, I don't know what it meant, but I just know that when I used to say it, they're like, you did not call me a simp. And I was like, that's simp. That's so simp. And so it was a negative thing for sure. But I see
yes.
that it came back, and it's somebody who tries very hard to do something for their crush.
Yes. Who just has
Um,
no just pride in themselves, and they just, stand
mhm.
up, stand up. You know?
um, THICC.
Oh, thick. Yeah, thick. That's like Lizzo. She thick.
Yeah, but
Thick.
it's like an attractive curvy body.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thick.
not a thick in the other way.
No, it's positive. It's
It's a
gorgeous. It's
positive
like
thing.
it's very good.
Yeah. I think that's it. There's
What? All
I
right, girl,
mean, just
you
some of these are not
passed.
really that 2023, like thought,
Yeah.
THOT.
Oh yeah, that's an older one.
That's an old one, but people still use
Yeah.
it. Like I
Yeah.
think even Beyonce has it in her one of her
Oh,
songs, Thought. So that stands for that hoe over there.
got me acting hella thoughtic.
Yeah. The hell over there. THOT.
That oh,
See? You did great.
yay! I did
See, I knew it.
good.
I knew it. Because we're not, we
Yay!
know what's up. We might not use it because
Don't you love that for me?
I love that for you. It's different. We should do an episode
Period.
where we only speak
Period.
slang. We
Oh my
only,
gosh, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that.
and then we have one of your kids just sit there and listen
Oh
to
my
this whole
gosh.
conversation.
I think they were cringe about that. What episode that we did that I was so proud of? I don't even know which one. And they were just like, I never wanted to hear that ever again. Oh, that's what my son said. He's like, oh, it was the pole dancing one. And then he's like,
And hear it.
he's like, I could have gone my whole life without seeing that, but he's like,
Damn it.
I never want to see that again. And my daughter was like, low key can't cringe, right? I was like, dude, you guys have to support mom, okay? Like,
Yeah, that's what I said. We
mean,
should have a new segment called Ask a Youngin.
oh,
And
we
see,
should.
and you know
We
what? You're
should.
doing a public service.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're not gonna speak like you. Like, trust me, we're not. But it's interesting to know. We want to understand your point of view. We want to
It would be
hear.
pretty
We want to hear.
interesting to have a young'un perspective, right? About what they
Yeah,
feel
like what is
about.
like literally like what is it about? I'm not trying to test you. I really don't know.
I need to be schooled, so that I can embarrass my kids.
Yeah. So we should do. All right. Any parting words?
I have it's been, I'm very happy that we got together. I'm sorry that I got sick during that
You can't have
time,
that.
but I'm like looking forward to doing this in person,
Yeah, absolutely. Like I
more
think it'll be fun.
often and like
And
seeing you guys.
yeah, and if anybody out there wants a youngin to come up,
Yeah, we got to find young uns out there that like want to come out. I would tell,
young bloods.
but young uns don't do this stuff, right? They just like
They're like,
stay
no,
in their cave and
let's keep it
don't
to ourselves and let them keep wondering. Then we'll just keep on using the slang.
exactly